some silver dollar pancakes, Kona coffee, and some fresh squeezed orange juice. Good morning. It's a little bit cloudy today, so we're gonna have an indoor day today. But I have a story for you today. I was thinking about it when I was taking Barkley for a walk, and it just made me giggle. So it'll take a second to get there, but we'll get there. My husband and I, we both have PhDs in drug discovery and molecular genetics from the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. So we're sort of went through the education system to that level. So we would be considered highly educated. And I want to tell you a story about how we realized the difference, or at least I realized the difference between knowledge and wisdom. When we first got a dog, I didn't really grow up with dogs. So Barkley is kind of my first dog experience. So I knew in Switzerland it's very important to clean up after your dogs, right? So that do a poopy, you take the bag, turn it inside out on your hand, you scoop it up, and then you take it to the local area little waste spot, and then you toss the bag in. You might have seen some of those things that I've done in the previous videos. So it's very important to do that. And then I was thinking, well, when we're potty training the puppy, we need to clean up after him too. So I got a bunch of bags, and we have a little area of our yard where we can take the dog out and they'll go potty. So he went potty as we were potty training, and I picked it up and I put it in a little bag. And then I was thinking, where are we going to keep these baggies? So I thought to myself, wow, okay, we still have the diaper genies from the kids when they were babies. So we still had that one, so we set it up so that we can just drop those little baggies into the diaper genie, and it wouldn't smell, and it wouldn't be in the area, and we wouldn't have to walk it all the way down the street in order to throw it away every time he poops, like 3 times a day, or at least 4, maybe sometimes. So we did that, and we did it diligently. We cleaned it, we took it out every week, and we threw it in the trash, and it went out with the trash. And we thought, well, it's a lot of effort for taking care of a puppy, right? So we were talking to our neighbors who have had dogs for their whole lives, and we asked her, we said, how do you toss or throw away or take care of the little baggies from your puppy or from your dog when they poop every time in their backyard? And she said, we don't do baggies. We just pick it up with toilet paper and put it in the toilet. That's when Mike and I looked at ourselves and realized the difference between knowledge and wisdom.
It is here. Whoa, I made it. I want to go to here. Go past security. Let's see. I don't care.
Are you asleep or are you awake? You eating it? You eating the elephant's trunk?
I can't. It's squishy. I don't want to break my tablet.
What's worse? Morning human breath? Morning dog breath? Probably both. Protein. Anyone? You guys see this book? Oh, it's such a good book. It's called The Nature Embedded Mind: How the Way We Think Can Heal Our Planet and Ourselves by Julie Brahms. So this is a book I read not long ago. You can see I took notes. Very interesting. And I highlighted the areas where I thought were meaningful to me. So I mentioned in a previous video that I wanted to share with you some books that I've read and found interesting. For this particular book, though, I wanted to be fully transparent that the publishing team did reach out to me a couple of months ago for an honest review in exchange for a complimentary copy of the book. I would have shared it with you anyways because I find the book very interesting and a good read for non-experts in nature and forest therapy. So the book is really interesting. The premise of the book is that humans are part of nature. We're not separate from nature, and you can't really argue that premise because from basic biology, we know that our human bodies are made up of the same building blocks, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen molecules that we find in other parts of the natural environment and even in the universe. So it sounds like an obvious premise, but they go on to argue that humans as a species have gradually drifted away from seeing ourselves as part of nature, as seeing ourselves more and more separate from nature. And we can think about that both cognitively and behaviorally and in other ways. It also explores what reconnecting or re-embedding within nature could look like from a practical perspective. And that really spoke to me because it involves discussions around what our relationship with nature is. Is it more than just using forests as a means to an end or extracting human health outcomes to our benefit? As a practitioner of nature and forest therapy, that discussion really aligns with the broader framework of why my work matters. So I was totally on board with that discussion. Where I struggled a little bit, and that's just me, was from the historical perspectives. I'm a trained molecular biologist and I struggle personally a little bit with history. So you can be the judge of that. I think the book ultimately is calling for a change in perspective and not to see ourselves as separate from nature, but rather as part of nature, and not from a behavioral perspective, more from our mind. So let's think about ourselves as being part of nature, with nature, one with nature. I know it sounds really granola and hippie, and it's hard for me to kind of grasp that concept too sometimes because it feels a little woo-woo, but trust me, there's science behind this. I would highly recommend grabbing the book if you want to challenge yourself with a perspective of how you see yourself as nature or separate from nature. Love the book. There's just a couple other books that I just wanted to shout out. This book is great as a guide to forest bathing. It'll give you step-by-step instructions on how you can do it and want to do it if you're not quite ready to dive in with a guide. I'm a great guide, so go ahead and contact me if you're interested. And this book was authored by Amos Clifford. It's a fantastic book. It's done so much for me in my daily practice with nature. The last book I want to recommend out there that I've read recently is for those moms out there who are feeling that they are underappreciated and underrecognized for the work that they do. And this one is called There Are Way Worse Moms Than You. It's an uplifting book. It's a great read. If you're feeling down about how you are as a mom, go ahead and pick that up. It's better than you think. And the last thing I want to bring up here as far as books is the book that I'm going to start reading. I'm very excited about it. It's not really nature related. However, it is business related and personal growth related. It's a book that I found called Moral Ambition: How to Find Your Purpose. Now, the thing is if you know me, I have recently found my purpose within the last 2 years. It's nature and forest therapy guiding. And I have a business around it now, and I'm helping clients. It's very exciting. How to find your purpose. I feel like I've found my purpose, but I want to pressure check it against the thoughts and perspectives of this guy, Rutger Bregman. That's what I'm going to start reading. Let me know if you're going to read some books in the future. I'd love to hear more about what you're interested in. Love me some books and stories. Again, there's no sponsorships or kickback links associated with these books. I'm just doing it because I love it, and I hope you do too. Okay, the kids are fed and in bed. It's been a long day, but there's something interesting that just happened. So I've been friends with my college buddies and roommates and basketball teammates for the past, what would it be, 30 years now. And we were all in each other's weddings. But, you know, when life gets busy, you kind of lose touch. Long story short, we just had a group video call for the first time in many, many, many years because one of the girls was struggling a bit. I won't tell the details, but one of the girls was struggling a little bit and needed some support. So we all got on a video chat call and we're just chatting it up, listening to the struggle, listening to the pain and the heartache and trying to absorb it, all of it, you know, for them. And that was really, really heartwarming. We talked for, I think, an hour and a half. and it was lovely. There was the four of us. We called ourselves the Quad in college. Anyways, the good old college days. But it was very nice again to reconnect with old friends in different ways. And I think the point of this conversation right here is that you have to find unique and creative ways to get together. So we're all scattered across kind of the country, the US, and the world. I'm in Switzerland. And I was doing it at 8 p.m. my time. One girl was doing it at 2 p.m. her time, and then the other two were doing it at 1 p.m. their time. So we had to get creative. But it's so lovely and it felt so good. And we're going to put it on our calendar. We're going to do it once a month at least. And that's going to be great. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be able to talk to my friends like that. I'm going to cry. And that's really, really lovely. The other thing that I learned, which is so interesting, maybe a little weird, but is there like a mahjong gene in every human that turns on when we turn 50 and are in perimenopause and menopause if you're a female? So one of my friends mentioned that she is doing mahjong now, and she does it. It's a game. It's a game where you match tiles, and it can be difficult. It cannot be difficult. So I think it's good for all ages. Look it up, MAJONG, if you don't know it. And so she's driving and having wine nights and mahjong. And another girl said that I do mahjong too, but on my phone. It gets very addicting, and I think she also deleted it because it was kind of taking up too much time. And what's wild is about 4 months ago, I also got addicted to mahjong for the first time. We've never been connected across mahjong before. And I started it about 4 months ago, and I was also very addicted. I talked to you guys about doom scrolling too, and I was like, I need something else from doom scrolling on my phone. So then I picked up mahjong and then this other game, but mahjong was one where I got up to like level 572. I don't know if you know the levels, but that takes a long fucking time and dedication. So I was also doing it, but then I deleted it after like 2 months because it was taking up also way too much of my time and my mental focus. So I really want to get better at being intentional with my time. But I thought it was very interesting that the three of us, all at kind of the same stage of life, got addicted to mahjong. And we had never gotten addicted to mahjong before that. Anyways, what else did we talk about? It was just a lovely connection point. And I think that the other thing you need to do to get the connection points and reconnect with people is you got to make some effort. So I don't usually like being on video things, but I am on YouTube, I guess. But I am pushing myself to do these things. So challenge yourself. And I think it's important as you age to challenge yourself intellectually to continue that. Maybe mahjong is a way for us to continue and challenging ourselves in different ways, or to find new things, or to keep things fresh or busy or new, or I don't know what. But I don't have any really good theories on the mechanisms behind that idea. Anyway, so it was great. It was really, really good. So I loved it. And hopefully you got a few pointers out of this evening conversation. Hopefully I talked faster than I normally do. And hopefully the algorithm will find you. Love you guys. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.